Every relationship is transactional. Every single party is looking to benefit from the other party, and this goes without exception. Think about it. When you are even something as selfless as giving to the poor, let's say, right? Without any expectation of anything. When you give food to the poor, they receive food and you receive that feeling of feeling good, right? You feel great. Or maybe with a close friend. Whenever you are having a conversation with a friend, you are both benefiting because you are exchanging ideas. Maybe you're asking curious questions about each other, so you feel good about that, right? When they ask you questions and when you ask them questions. So there's always a transaction between relationships, and it'd be silly not to believe so. The thing is, it's just about how you frame it, right? Sometimes you might think, oh, ouch. Like, I don't really like transactional relationships. I don't really like relationships where I'm like, ooh, like I expect that of you, I'm gonna get that from you, and I'm gonna give you that so that I can get that, right? That's not necessarily the best way to think about it, in my opinion. I think what served me is just really thinking to myself, like, how can I serve the other person in the relationship? And naturally, they'll want to give back. They'll naturally want to serve back. Of course, like, you know, there's caveats to this. Most of the time, especially if they're good people, good friends, then they'll want to serve you back, right? So this has been top of mind for me because I had a friend that wanted to ask for a letter of rec from his professor. The problem is, he felt that the only way to get that letter of rec would be to talk to the professor, you know, maybe go to office hours and just talk with him. But he felt that that was too transactional. That was like too much like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna talk to you and like entertain you so that I can get this letter of rec. But I told him, maybe that's not the best way to think about it. Maybe it's more so that you're genuinely curious about the person and you're not taking advantage of them, no. Like if he gives you the letter of rec, cool. If he doesn't, then it's whatever, right? But the goal is to just be present in the moment and be genuinely curious about the other person. And naturally, right, the person will like you, they'll want to listen to you, and they'll be more inclined to do you a favor because you've done them a big favor of actually being curious about them. You know, being curious and asking questions about people goes a very long way. No matter what you may think, right? I pinky promise, if you are genuinely interested in the person, if you ask a person about their story, about their background, what they're currently working on, what they're passionate about, you know, how their day is, they'll naturally be inclined to like you. And it's not a nefarious thing. It's more so like, as long as you have good intent in your heart, like, oh, you know what? I actually want to get to know this person. Then they'll want to reciprocate, right? And so that's just been top of mind for me. This is a great book. If you want a book on knowing how to build relationships, this is the book. This is the way to go. And you know, I think it's just always important to remember that, you know, although relationships are transactional, the focus, at least for me, my focus is always on how can I serve the other person? How can I make it so that they are benefiting from being friends with me? So they are benefiting from a conversation that we have. And that goes a long way in building real friendships, building real connections. The goal should never be, how can I get that thing from that person? How can I get this? How can I get that? No. The goal, at least in my opinion, from my experience, this is how I kind of live. So take it with a grain of salt. But what served me really well is genuinely wanting to get to know the person and to want to build a genuine friendship, a genuine connection. And you know, if I happen to need a favor or if I happen to ask something of them or from them, then they'll be more than happy, you know, to do so. And vice versa. If they are, you know, if they want something from me or if they want to ask a favor, then I'll be more than happy to do so. So with that being said, that's kind of been my secret to building good, fun relationships. I do think relationships are transactional, but I think they are transactional in a good way, where both parties benefit from each other and both parties are there for each other. So with that being said, that is today's lesson. Remember to be better daily. I will be better tomorrow by potentially sleeping early, but also getting a lot of work done. Today is a great day. I trained my 5 a.m. client. I went to school at around 7, did some work until 8, I took a 2.5 hour nap, and then I just went back to work. And I had classes, and I went to the gym, trained my client, and then I came home, ate dinner, showered, went to life group, which is like a kind of like a Bible study with some young men my age. Just talk about the Bible. There's some really good conversations about materialism, and just how when we want something, especially if it's materialistic or pleasure based, it's usually like 99% of the time to fill a void. For example, masturbation and porn, that's to fill a void of emptiness and loneliness, right? So I don't know, that's just been what's top of mind for me. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for today. It's currently, it's not 10 yet, it's like 9. Let me actually check. It is currently 9:47 p.m. Ooh, we are on track. I'm gonna sleep before 10. So remember to be better daily. This is the PLOG V111, baby, 111, my favorite number. And yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm super, hey, if you're watching, just know that I appreciate you. Remember to hit that subscribe button to follow along, and maybe learn some nuggets that you can apply to your own life and learn from my mistakes, because I have a lot of them. And it's to avoid them at all costs, but also to learn from my successes. And I do appreciate all my supporters. I know you watching, I just really appreciate you. Just know that. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.